Escape. Douglas had taken the midnight goods to a station on the other railway. He was shunting, ready for his return journey, when he heard a faint hiss. It sounds like a steam engine, he thought. The hiss came again. This time it sounded almost despairing. "Who's there?" he asked. A whisper came. "Are you a Fat Controller's engine?" "I am proud of it." "Thank goodness. I'm Oliver. We're escaping to your railway, but we've run out of coal and I have no more steam." "This is from Scrat you're escaping." "Yes." "Then it's glad I'll be to help ya. We won't walk fast." Both crew joined in. They took off Oliver's side rod and wrote out transit labels and chalked scrap everywhere they could. Douglas marshalled Oliver in front of his train. "No time to turn round," he panted. "I'm on 110 for us." "Yahoo! Yahoo!" yelled a passing diesel. "A steamer's escaping! Yoo-hoo!" Douglas puffed firmly on, taking no notice. He cancelled. But they were stopped before they could clear the station front. The foreman's lamp shone on Oliver. "Aha!" he exclaimed. "A Western engine!" His lamp flickered further back. "A Western auto coach and a goods brig too. You can't take these." "Can we know?" said Douglas's driver. "Go for us. See for yourself." Douglas's guard showed them the labels and papers. Oliver's crew, hiding in the coach, hardly dared to breathe. "Seems in order," said the foreman, grudgingly. "But it's queer." "Sure. And it is," began the guard. "I can tell you where I am." "So could I," interrupted the foreman. "Right away, God." "And their thing," puffed Douglas in relief. "We've had worse," smiled Oliver. "We ran night. Friendly signalmen would pass us from box to box when no trains were about. And we got until control heard about a mystery train. Then they tried to hunt us down. What did you do?" "A signalman let us hide on an old quarry branch. Driver, fireman, and guard blocked the cutting with rubbish and levered one off the approach rails away. We stayed there for days with diesels baying and growling like hounds outside. I was very frightened then." "Small blame to you," said Douglas feelingly. Presently, they rumbled over the bridge and onto the Fat Controller's railway. "We're home! They can't catch you now." "Tell Isabel I'm Toad, please." Douglas called out the news and heard a joyful ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling. He was surprised. Oliver chuckled. "That's Isabel," he said. "There's a bell on her. You see? She's clever. When we go out together, I pull one way and push the other. When I pull, I can see ahead. When I push, I can't. So Isabel keeps a good lookout and rings her bell to talk to me." "You dinna say," said Douglas, who was very impressed. "About this Toad," he continued. "Is he Jewish?" said his driver. "Young works. We must slip in unbeknown and find a place for Oliver." Douglas tried hard to be quiet, but the night foreman heard them and had to be told their secret. "I know just the place," he said, and showed them an empty siding, nicely hidden. Oliver said goodbye and thank you, and Douglas puffed away. "Yon's an enterprising engine," he thought. "I will away here with Donald, but I've been feared to do it on my own." That was Escape. Now for Little Western. Douglas arrived back in time to see Flying Scotsman take his infuriates home. The Fat Controller said they had all been honoured and thanked Flying Scotsman and his owner for their help. "Please tell everyone," he went on, "that whatever happens elsewhere, steam will still be at work here. We shall be glad to welcome all who want to see and travel behind real engines." This announcement was greeted with cheers, and Flying Scotsman departed to the trains come back, as one might expect, by Donald and Douglas. At last Douglas could tell us news. They were all excited about it and agreed that something must be done for Oliver. Indeed, said Donald, some murdering diesel may creep in, and him there alone, lacking steam to even whistle for help. You're right, said James. He won't be safe till the Fat Controller knows. Douglas should tell him at once, said Gordon firmly. Is it me? Speak to the Fat Controller? It's forward. He'd think me and maybe interfering. Well, here he is, said the cheerful voice. Now what's all this about? Doc broke in. Away broke the awkward silence. Beg pardon, sir, but we do need another engine. I agree, Doc. That's why I'm giving 7101 another chance. Their faces showed such dismay that the Fat Controller had difficulty with his own. Sir, ventured Gordon, at last, we had hoped for a real engine. They, said the Fat Controller gravely, are rare, and unless one escapes, there's little hope. But sir, burst out Donald, one has, and thanks to Douglas, is now at our works, announced the Fat Controller. Sir, gasped Douglas, is there anything you didn't know? More than you think, he laughed. Oliver's crew told me. Oh, you did, Douglas. Oh, sir, you couldn't say a Broadway engine, and him in trouble, and not to do a wheel's turn. More than a wheel's turn, I fancy, Douglas. I'm pleased with you. Oliver, Isabel and Toad will soon be ours. Oliver and Isabel are just what we need for Duck's branch line. Loud cheers greeted this announcement. And Toad wants to be your brig van, Douglas. Thank you, sir. I'd hoped for that. He and I will do broadly together. That, of course, made everything right. Henry spoke a good word for 711, and the other engines gave him a welcome. He had good manners for the start, so Henry didn't find it hard to teach him our ways. 711 finds them different from those of the other railway, but much more interesting. He is now quite a useful engine. They teased him at first because of his growls. They said he was like a bear. He still growls, not because he is cross, but because he can't help it. His name, Bear, has stuck. He likes it. It's nicer than just a number, he says. Having a name means that you really belong. The Fat Controller soon had Oliver, Isabel and Toad mended and painted in full Great Western colours. Then he rescued 3 more Western auto coaches. 2, Alice and Mabel, he gave to Duck. The 3rd, Dulcie, joined Oliver and Isabel. Duck and Oliver are happy on their branch line. It runs along the coast to the small railway. We reopen branch lines, they boast. They are very proud of this. The other engines laughed at first and called their branch the Little Western. Doc and Oliver were delighted, and now no one ever thinks of calling it anything else. And that, my friends, is another beautiful little story audiobook. Escape and Little Western. What did you think? Good? If you didn't like it, fuck off and kill yourself.